Hey guys, what's up? My name's Eric and welcome to my channel. As a real estate agent, my job in a transaction is to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. You know, we're the experts that know the process from the moment that we start looking at the houses all the way through close. So what I like to have my buyers do is go ahead and get a pre-approval letter before we even start looking. I don't even set up a search in the MLS until we have a pre-approval letter. Reason being is that way we know what kind of buying power they have. We know exactly what they can afford and what they're going to be able to do as far as a down payment, because all of those pieces fit together and give us a really good idea on what they're going to be able to do as far as what the final numbers are. So what they'll have for a down payment, closing cost, total loan amount. It gives us a much better idea if we have a pre-approval, because then the lender's already pulled their credit, they've verified some of the documents they need to verify. So we know, hey, you're pre-approved for this amount, so we can stick to that budget. A main component of that is the credit score. And so when you have clients, you know, when I have clients who don't have any credit or they have bad credit, we have that conversation in the beginning where we kind of have to figure out, well, you know, why is it that you don't have good credit? It's because you've just never had a loan, you've never had a credit card. Because that, you know, that's one situation where I can help them and we figure out what's best to do. Another one is where they've had some mispayments. Maybe they had a bankruptcy or a foreclosure. You know, maybe they lost their job and just got behind on payments. So we kind of take a look at both scenarios and figure out what the best route is for them to go. Typically, when it's somebody who has had credit in the past, but it's damaged because of late payments, or like I said, like a bankruptcy or foreclosure, or they missed some payments, maybe they had credit cards, but then they got canceled because they weren't able to pay. You know, anytime there's a close by a guarantor, it completely knocks your score down. One way to start building up your score is with a secured credit card. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at my 3 favorite secured credit cards for people for when they're just trying to build their score because they've had credit in the past and for one reason or another it's just not where it needs to be in order for them to get a pre-approval. So number 3 on the list is the Open Sky Secured Visa. It's got an interest rate of 17.39%, which is the best of all 3 that we're going to go through today. But it also has an annual fee of $35. Now, I don't really care what the interest rate is because I want you to pay your balance every single month, so you'll never end up paying interest anyway. So it could be, you know, 23, 24, 25%. It doesn't matter because you're never going to pay that. The annual fee is $35, and then the security deposit, the deposit that you put down that gives you your credit line, with the Open Sky Visa can be anywhere from $200 to $3,000. So what that does with a secured card is you make the payment. So say you're doing $1,000 as your credit line. You give them the $1,000 to open the card, and they give you that as your credit limit. So we're not going to want to go over $300 of spend with a $1,000 credit line. And seeing that every month, seeing you pay those off every month, it's an open credit line, and you've got $1,000 or whatever you do the deposit for, and available credit. So the credit bureaus see that, and that will increase your credit ranking. So like I said, this one's got an interest rate of 17.39%. It's got an annual fee of $35. It's the only one on the list that has an annual fee, but it's got the best interest rate of all 3 that we're going to talk about today as well. It may be the best option for those if you owe either one of the other 2 people money still, and they may not open a card for you. Number 2 on the list is the Capital One Secured Mastercard. Now, it has no annual fee, but it has an interest rate of 26.99%. But like I said earlier, I don't really mind that it's that high because the hope is that you'll never pay that because you're going to spend less than the 30% of your total credit line, and you're going to pay that off every month. They have a deposit range of $49 to $200. I think it's $49, $99, and then $200, and that is the highest that they'll let you open this card. So with $200, you don't ever want to spend more than 30% of that. So you'll never want to put more than $60 on this card in a month. So they choose your deposit you will never have a credit line other than $200 with Capital One. So if they decide based on your credit that they'll let you do a $49 deposit, you still have the credit limit of $200. They just require the $49 deposit. There is some other features to this card that I really like. So they have no foreign transaction fee. So if you end up going overseas with the card, you won't spend any money on foreign transaction fees. They allow you to do virtual card numbers. So with a virtual card number from Eno, you can go online, pay, say there's a service that you just want the free trial. You don't give them your actual card number. Capital One will create a card number for you to give them, and it's good for that one transaction, and that's it. Another thing they do is the auto rental collision waiver. They give you travel accident insurance on anything that's booked with this card. Obviously, with a credit limit of $200, it kind of limits you. But after 6 months, they will start reviewing your account and deciding whether or not that you can have an unsecured card. So you may go, at 6 months, you may go from having a $200 secured card to a $1,000, $2,500 unsecured card. Another feature they allow you to have is an extended warranty. So you'll get an additional warranty protection at no charge on anything that you buy with this card through Capital One. So number 1 on the list is the Discover It secured card. Now it has an interest rate of 22.99%, but like I said with the other two, it doesn't really matter because what I want you to do is just pay it off every month so that you don't even pay interest. The annual fee, there is 0 for this card. There's no annual fee. And unlike the Capital One card, this one does let you do like the Open Sky card where you put either anywhere from $200 to $2,500. Whatever you put down is what your credit line is. So if you want, like just like we said with the Open Sky card, if you put $1,000 as the deposit, then your credit limit is $1,000. This one does do automatic reviews starting at 8 months. They review it every month to figure out when you can convert to an unsecured card, and then they decide what credit limit to give you at that point as well. Now this is the only card on this list that has rewards, which is why it's my favorite. You get 2% on gas and restaurant purchases up to $1,000 every quarter with this card. Everything else is at 1% cash back, but you will always get at least the 1%. And then after a year, they'll do a cash back match, to where they'll match all the cash back that you've gotten during the first year of having the card open. So if you've gotten $50 in cash back rewards for the first year, they automatically just put that in your next, I think it's 1 or 2 billing cycles after the first year, you'll get that match back as well. So I hope those help. These are 3 cards that I always recommend to people who have had credit in the past and for whatever reason they just haven't been able to keep their score up, whether it's from missed payments or canceled cards, things like that, where you just need to show the creditors that you're able to pay back your obligations now. Like I said, make sure that whatever your credit limit is, that you don't go over that 30%, that you pay it off every month, don't give them interest. And if you can do the Discover It card, that's the one I urge you to do, because while it's not really accepted overseas, it is accepted widely in the US, and it gives you that cashback rewards. And that's it, guys. Go ahead, and if you would, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button so it turns blue. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get an alert every time I upload a video. Thanks, guys.